the big escape is finally being planned in this chapter of Before the Fall. It sort of humanized Kyokuro and sort of developed the relationship between Charle and pretty much Kyokuro. And you see at the start that, you know, she wants to kill Kyokuro. And she feels like if she kills him, that there's going to be a meaning in her birth, since she found out pretty much immediately from birth all she is just a tool for her father. I mean, you got the rich son that's pretty much going to be into the soldiers, like going to be into the army, going to be like all famous, so that's going to be good for her. And then she's just going to be sent off to be married to some family, so he could just pretty much get him better in his political career. It's just like, if I do this, I will actually do something meaningful, not just be a tool for my father. And pretty much she goes in there and sees Kyokuro and looks him in the eyes, and it's there, and she's like questioning, is this really a time child? Like that, and actually even like shocks and like gets a bit jumpy and drops the knife, and Kyokuro actually stabs himself with it. And I was like, what? Like, and throughout this whole thing, it was a bit like hard to understand because there's hardly any dialogue. But the thing is, with Before the Fall, the issue I have with it, it's sort of like the same with Kubo, and also the same manga that does Flowers of Evil, that a lot of the time that they have the pictures describe what's going on, and sometimes you can't really understand what they mean by those things. It's mainly because of the translation of what's happening right there, and also the grain and stuff. So maybe I didn't understand this chapter too well, but that's one thing I've got to say. I had a feeling, like I had a little gripe with Before the Fall. Surprisingly, she actually feeds the Titan Child. As you see, it's like Kyokuro is absolutely starving, and the two pretty much just sort of introduce each other, and you know, sort of go from there, feed them, and then actually it leads to actually him meeting a Titan, wanting to escape, and these two actually connecting with each other, and end up Charlotte actually teaching him how to speak properly and read in like half a year, and pretty much how he plans to escape is pretty, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty hardcore actually, by using the sweat, blood, and urine that comes out of his body. He's just literally gonna keep eroding the chains that keep him hostage, and I'm like, well, that's pretty fucking smart. Like, you actually rust the chains just with sweat, blood, and urine. I don't know how you just get away with that. You just like, oh, need a pee, like just zip down and just suddenly piss on the chain. No one will notice anything. Like, like just piss on it. And after that, you just pretty much see 2 years later, the preparations are pretty much complete for his escape. He's strong enough to fight back. He's smart enough as well. And whilst that happens, Charlotte is pretty much getting ready for her like marriage proposal, and she really doesn't want to. The son, I think his name is Sabi, like he's already now in the trainee corps. So this is pretty much the perfect time really for Kyokuro to go out, since there's ain't hardly going to be anyone there, and he ain't going to be tortured no more, since the family are just going to send him off anyway. So he needs to leave, and even Charlotte comes to him crying, saying, you know, you're going to be sent off just for money, and you know, we better fucking leave tomorrow. And he's saying, you know, tomorrow I'll bring you some money, some supplies. And the chapter ends with Kyokuro offering Charlotte to actually come with it so they can both have a purpose, and finally accepting it. And that's sort of how the chapter ends. And what I liked about this chapter is that it humanized her a little bit more, and it gave me more of a reason to care about Charlotte. But it's like, I don't see her getting too far. She's gonna get like killed by like some of the guards or something, or like the Titans. I don't see her surviving in this series too long. I imagine she'll be used as a trigger for Kyukuro to survive and keep moving on. That's how I see it so far. Overall, I'm pretty much still enjoying the manga. I'm pretty shocked to see that the first volume's already going to be coming out. I think it's only just going to have like 2 or 3 chapters in the first volume of this. But other than that, really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the Levi chapter as well once that comes out. I believe the Raw's out for that from what I've heard. But it was an alright chapter, around about average, but it was very interesting to see nonetheless. I just want to see some shit go down already in Titan, give me some big revelations, give me something interesting, because at the moment, there's still some things that need to happen so far in the series. But that's all for me. I want to thank them for watching. As always, remember, it's Charle, Manga, Zana, and I'll see you guys next time.